Enlargements using a center and a fractional scale factor. Now, this video is meant to cover topic 14 on the basic skills level 7 grade C basic skills test that we do, but I don't think a scale factor of a half through a center of enlargement is actually level 7. I think it's more of a level 8. I don't think you'll find this question on a GCSE foundation paper, so I don't think it's grade C, but we have to copy it, we have to cover it at this level, so I'll go through it anyway. But I'll start with the basic one, which is just a scale factor 2, which I think is a level grade C question. So when you're using a center of enlargement, you've got to imagine that this is a light source, and it's emitting light out onto a shape, and then the shape's image is what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line that goes through this shape and that shape's trying to get it in the right place. I think it should be there, and then another line going through this point. Now these construction lines make it much easier to find where the image should go. So if I look at this point here, the idea is that if it's scale factor 2 from this center, then the distance of the image where this point is going to go after it's been enlarged is twice as far away from A as this point is now. So we need to go that distance there and then that distance again. Now when you're drawn on squares, it's much easier, instead of measuring out this distance, to count the squares. So if we count how many squares across we've gone from A, we've gone across 1, 2 squares, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to this point. We just do that again, across 2 squares, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can see that our center of enlargement is going. Our image of that point is going to be that point there. Okay, similarly, if we look at this one. Usually when you've got one, you can probably draw the rest, but we'll just do this one. This one is across 2 up 1, so we go across 2 up 1, so that's going to move to there. This one here is across 4 up 1, so we go across 4 up 1, which is going to be here. And we should be able to then draw our image from those points we plotted. So that's one side, that's another. This point here actually goes to this point here, so that's going to go there. We should be good enough to figure out, because this is 1 square, then if it's twice as big, it's going to be 2 squares. And then we just finish it off. We could move all the points if we want, but you should be able to enlarge a shape once you've got the basics of it to make it twice as big. It's just got to be in the right place. Now when you do this on a test, if you're not sure where it's going to go, it's always a good idea just to draw any enlargement, draw it anywhere, but just twice as big if it's scale factor 2, and you should get some marks for it, especially on a GCSE test. There's always method marks for that. Okay, so let's have a look at this case where we've got to do a fractional scale factor. So we'll use the easiest one, which is a half. Again, let's draw some construction lines on here. Now, if it's a scale factor of a half, that means it's going to get smaller. So it's not really an enlargement, it's a reduction. We call it an enlargement of a scale factor of half. And that means it's going to be reduced. So if we start with this top one, again I'm going to count the squares. Now luckily I've got this grid on here, which is telling me that's 5, that's 10 squares across, and that's 5, 10 and 4, so it's 14 squares up. So I want to go half as far, and that would be 5 squares across and 7 squares up. So that point there is going to move to this point here. It's going to be half the distance it is currently from B. The next one, this point here, we're going to make it half as far, so it's going across 10 and up 4, so we just go across 5 and up 2, which is going to go to there. And this one, hopefully we can see that's going to go to here, but we'll just check it. So it's going across 15 and 1, 16, so I need to go across 8, and it's going up 4, so I need to go up 2, which is that point there. And once we have those, we should be able to draw in a triangle around those points. So this would be a triangle which is half as big, and its position is governed by this center of enlargement, so it's going to be half the distance from the original triangle to this point. Okay, so that's enlargement using a center enlargement.